These African countries, they never cease to amaze me. You know, at the beginning of this coronavirus outbreak, majority of the countries, they went to China to fetch their own people. Both United States, France, Britain, except for these same culprits. Both Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Kenya, Zimbabwe, even South Africa went in there to fetch their own people. I don't know what they told them, but they went in there to fetch their own people. They brought them back. Now, Chinese, and I don't know how true is this, because it is important to hear the other side. To hear the other side. Yeah, but we are told that they are expelling Africans. And Africans are crying racism. But what part of China didn't they understand? They know that Chinese are racist. They went in there. You know why? Because they fucked up their countries. They fucked up their own countries. When it was time to govern, no, they were raping. Raping women, children, chopping babies' hands, killing each other. On Tnoda, instead of governing. Even today, they're still blaming the CIA. Now everyone is crying foul. AU, that useless AU. Actually, South Africa must pull out. If I was the president, I would pull out. Out of the AU, it's useless, that body. We pay the largest subscription for nothing. African countries, they are solving their problems at the expense of other countries. They're sending their people and nonsensical people, even here in South Africa. Even Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans. I tell you now, Zimbabwe is supposed to be having their own lockdown like us, Lesotho. But they punch holes into a new fence that was erected to separate Zimbabwe and South Africa. They want to come here, one-way traffic. And they usually brag and say their education system is the best. The best for what? Because education must be measured on the ground. Products that it has produced, they have produced nothing but beggars, rapists, criminals. And I tell you, if Corona were to worsen here in South Africa, South Africans won't find beds at our own hospitals. They will be occupied by foreigners. 40,000s and thousands. Mozambicans, Nigerians, very same Nigerians who are selling us drugs, kidnapping our kids for prostitution. They'll be in front. Same people telling us that we are lazy. They came here for an infrastructure that was built during apartheid. So Chinese are expelling them. Because I tell you, do you expect Chinese to cater for Africans and ignore their own people? Like this guy I saw on television, he was in Italy hospital. He said, they are ignoring me. They're not giving me assistance. They say I'm not Italian. Yes. They're prioritizing their own people. Some countries, they're not like South Africa, where we prioritize foreigners. Imagine here in South Africa, if there was going to be a shortage, or there will be a shortage of ventilators, I tell you, front row, it will be foreigners. And they'll still be complaining and say, yeah, the service here, while they have no service in Zimbabwe. There's no hospitals in Zimbabwe. There are no hospitals. Nothing exists in Zimbabwe. And they've got a big mouth Mawafika la. There's another guy called Prophet Joshua Mpunga or Mampunga. Please, guys, don't send me a video of that guy. It's Prophet Joshua. Don't send me videos of that guy. That guy is an idiot. He talks too much here and talking down, like typical Zimbabweans. They always talk down at South Africans and try to lecture them about things that they've never seen. They've never seen escalators, these guys. But Prophet Joshua has got nothing to tell me. Same as that Bushiri guy. Yeah. But each and every country must prioritize their own. And no, people will say Chinese are racist and all that. If that's the case, these guys, they must go back to their countries and also do the same, expel Chinese. They won't do that because they still want to go to China. Even if the Chinese were to leave, all of them, back to China, they will still want to go to China. Even if Chinese were to eat, kill black people every day, they'll still want to go to China because China would be better than Nigeria. They'll say, you know what, I better go to China. They might eat me if they catch me, but if they don't, I might succeed. But in Nigeria, I'm dead anyway. Dead anyway. African leaders, they think they're going to bulldoze China. No. China is not South Africa. They've punched holes, these Zimbabweans, into a new fence that separates Zimbabwe and South Africa. Because they want to come here. They built nothing. They built nothing for themselves. These African countries, they're useless. I feel no pity for them. Yes, Chinese are racist. But if people are expelling you in their own countries, go. Now we do the same. Expel them in your own country. Yeah. We've got sharks here. All sorts of foreigners from Europe, Turkey, Pakistan. And if we're going to come to a point where we need ventilators, South Africans will suffer the most. And today we are told that Nigerians, Cameroonians, whatever. And I like it because they use the term black, trying to blackmail us. Black. I haven't heard of South Africans, Abale, who have been expelled. And if Bakona, Ngzang Batum, I didn't send them there. They're using the term black. People are going there, getting into marriages of conveniences, getting there with expired visas. They don't want to leave. They're hanging on. But you are in my country. Nigerians, what's eating you in your own country? You're always fleeing. Recently, we saw in social media, they're saying Americans, they wanted to assist fellow Americans in Nigeria to leave Nigeria to United States. They asked all Americans to show up at the embassy, the American embassy. They say the numbers were crazy. 99% of people who came in there are Nigerians, claiming to be Americans. Abo Okonku, flatheads. Americans, they had to abandon that. They are coming there. You say, where I go to America? You say, when I go to America, I'm American, I'm Abia from America. Nonsense. Even go 90 days to wed, it's always them. They want to go that side. I know South Africans don't have that history of running away from their countries. It's only these guys. You must tell me, what's eating you in your own countries? Why can't you stay in your own countries and build them? And the South African government, yeah, they lost out here. They're using soldiers against our people. They were supposed to round off all these guys, Bohil, Uville, ship them out. The army was supposed to do that. Go to Cape Town, Sea Point, Durban, Sea Point, round off all these foreigners. Off. Whether you are legal or illegal, off to your country, and lock down. And from there, start being strict. But they won't do that. Abo Mr Big, Mr Big useless man, ngathi akazange azalelwe eshawela. Now Mr Big useless.